Welcome to Everything with Emily, where we talk about just about anything, whether it be pop culture, people's interests, or just generally what they've been up to. Today I have a very special guest, Patrick, which is very into photography, the local EDM scene, and is also a student. Welcome, Patrick.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
hmm
You already know about this. 3 points just happened this past week,
Of
and
course.
I've been very involved in that. And overall, this is just a very, very busy month for EDM and photography, specifically just because of the amount of artists that we have coming into specifically Factory Town. 3 points, like I said, and also Club Space and all those other clubs owned by Miami Link Rebels. So,
Wow, yeah.
yeah.
I know, yeah. How come it's this month? Just because randomly? Or, is there a certain reason?
This is the busiest month, in my opinion, when it comes to music, other than December, because we have 3 points, like I said. Then we have the Factory Town, which is Hocus Pocus, and just overall, a lot of artists love coming in here because since summer has died down, the weather actually starts getting a lot better for people to start doing outdoor events again.
That's fair, yeah. And I guess a lot of other places, it's snowing outside, so you
Yeah.
can't really do shows like you can here.
Yeah, we live in the perfect city for specifically this time for music. For example, like in December, we have Art Basel Weekend, which is just absolutely massive. We're
Yeah.
talking about people who fly out of the state just to come over here, and even out of the country.
Yeah, it's really
Specifically.
big here.
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
you ever been?
To the Art Basel? Oh yeah, multiple times, multiple
I've
times.
always wanted to go, but I've never really had the chance to actually go.
Well, the funny thing is that I literally met Jared Leto, and we saw the banana get eaten off the wall in whenever that year happened.
Are you for real?
Yes, I'm completely
That is
real. I have the photos to prove it.
If anyone in the internet heard this, they'd be like, Jared Leto and the banana, two things that everyone hates. Oh my
Tron
God.
Ares.
Did you watch it?
No.
I kind of, as much as he is known for ruining every movie franchise, I want to watch the movie. I'm sorry.
I'll go watch it.
I want to watch it. I'm sorry.
I just don't know when I want to waste my money on it.
I mean, you can watch it online or something. But I saw other fans being like,
we don't illegally broadcast.
I mean, when it's streaming, of course. You
Oh,
can wait.
streaming.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about pirating. My bad.
No, whatever. But I saw everyone that likes it being like, okay, please, the movie sucks, but please support it in theaters so they make another one.
Absolutely. The one thing I heard is that the soundtrack is pretty good.
Oh, I think it's 9 Inch Nails.
It is 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
I was a little bit worried because specifically with the movie from the one that Daft Punk did, it's just such a good score.
Know.
And we're talking about one of the more influential, well-known soundtracks to get covered now by 9 Inch Nails. I think a lot of people are confused by that, specifically with Daft Punk making a little bit of resurgence right now, re-releasing a lot of albums, doing that Fortnite thing, which...
Oh, like a Fortnite festival thing?
Yeah, I'm holding out all hope to at least that they come back for one more tour, just one more time.
I guess they're kind of the big head leaders of that scene, that music scene, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's how I literally got involved into the scene, was when I was 7 years old. Yeah, I discovered their music and it was life-changing. And then that's how I got into Todd Edwards, which does UK Garage. And then I started discovering more house. And then, eventually you start listening to more house music that's modern. And you're you know what? I want to go to the more OG scene, see what they were doing in the 80s and 90s. And then you end up like me, where you're stuck now wasting your money going to these festivals constantly. And you're just begging your wallet to not give out.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I feel like most people our age, I feel like most people nowadays think of that music scene as only the modern way, a lot of John Summit, stuff like that, local EDM stuff and shows and raves. But I feel like people don't realize that it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, house literally was created in just the scene. I don't know if you know the backstory behind it.
I don't.
It was created in gay nightclubs, and it was named after the club House. And
really,
yeah, no, it has a very, very, very big, just the backstory behind it is just insane.
Was this in Germany or somewhere else?
So it was here in the United States.
Oh, okay.
And funnily enough, with Todd Edwards, who I mentioned, he was the one who kind of helped influence and create the genre of UK Garage, which is their kind of version of house.
Yeah.
Which progressed over there. And again, it leads back to Daft Punk, where he was one of their teachers who actually taught them.
Really?
Yeah, he taught them about microsampling. If you look up the song like "Teachers" by Daft Punk, it'll be right there, like where they say Todd Edwards in the house. Yeah.
Right, maybe when they say his actual name. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's his DJ.
No, I know. It's so funny to me. But I feel like it's not as like I feel like it's more popular in Europe. Is there a certain reason why?
Well, it's because here in the United States, we obviously had like that era where a lot of people got back into rap, specifically with the 2016 like SoundCloud era
Yeah.
with Lil Uzi Vert in them,
The
and
like
then
XXL like
yeah,
whatever.
XXL Freshman Freestyle.
Yeah.
Which the 2016 one was the one that really blew up and got people specifically in our age bracket just super interested in it.
Of course.
And for a while, it was the same thing. It was just people rapping the same way, which there wasn't really a lot of style involved. It was just how do I get as popular as possible, which now we see through like the modern times, specifically in 2025, we've seen a lot of like these artists pivot into more different subgenres. Even some artists have like switched complete genres into like alt and indie.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. I feel like I always mention this in my shows because I feel like they all happen to be surrounding the music scene.
Yeah.
I guess just everyone I'm involved with loves music, so in our own way. And like I feel like I've been bringing people from like different music scenes, so it's just kind of cool to see people like go from one genre to the next. Like,
Yeah.
and people do it within their own music too. Like artists
yeah.
do it.
Well,
all the
look at
time.
Travis Scott. Like he's now like sometimes going to festivals and DJing. We have
Really?
Rebecca Black. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Rebecca Black is like very big into
Yeah, she like
DJing now.
rebranded now and is now like EDM.
Yeah. But it's like specifically, I think the reason like why in Europe it like stayed that way is because while we just embraced that new era, they decided to stay in there and just
Mhm.
continue and continue. And it was always like this thing, for example, like, oh, you want an unreleased song? You go on SoundCloud and you'd always see the British kids doing this in the pictures for the songs. And it was just all unreleased from like 2015 to 2020. And then you have also those areas of Europe, for example, Berlin, where it's just very heavy
Berlin
techno.
is like number one. Like
one of the places that everybody our age wants to go to is like Ibiza, like
oh yeah.
for the house music and stuff like that. Which you have stuff like Defected, which has been doing events for a very very long amount of time over in that region, specifically in Croatia as well, and they also do it in Ibiza and stuff. But I think the reason why it's kind of like reemerged with our generation is that throughout the time of like 2020, a lot of people decided, I'm not around a lot of people anymore. I don't have to like, put on music that everybody likes. I'm gonna go and discover my own thing.
Yeah.
Which
I'm gonna do me.
yeah. Like for example, like you're more into like rock and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've taken each other to like different shows and stuff. I've taken you to Dante's Hi-Fi to
Yeah,
experience
of course.
yeah, to experience like proper house music and funk and stuff like that. And you've taken me to Gramps to see shows about rock and stuff, which as much as I love Gramps, I would never go watch rock shows, but they're still good.
Yeah, I'm sure you still had fun. I had fun.
I had fun, yeah.
I think I listen to probably a wider variety of music than you do, maybe.
Funnily enough,
I'm not sure.
probably not.
Really?
I have 60 different genres on SoundCloud, like all playlists. And a lot of
So
it.
you still do like rock and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Some of my favorite rock bands are just from like the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorites is specifically America, if you've ever
Oh,
heard of them.
of course.
I love America.
Wow,
Specifically-
America's so underground.
Bro, dude, it's so underground. Ventura Highway, nobody has heard
No
that
one
song
knows that
before, bro.
song.
And then you also have, well, do you want to hear like real underground rock music real quick? Cats on the Seacoast.
I do not know them.
It's a really good album. Check it out. I recommend it.
Please check it out, please.
Dude, I found it randomly on vinyl at 1-800-LUCKY, and then
Oh.
I took it home, put it on like my record player, and I was like, dude, what is this? And I think it's like the reason I liked it so much is that it's a combination of like jazz and rock, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of like jazz fusions that I didn't really know about. Like the other day, someone came for a show and they worked for the county, but they're also in a band.
Really?
And they have like a Latin jazz fusion band. It was pretty interesting
Yeah.
to hear about. I haven't really listened to the music yet, but I'm sure I will, and it'll be good.
Pop out to their show.
Yeah, I don't even remember their name. He's in like 3 different bands, so
Yeah, but I think it's just cool to see a lot of people like actually go in and now experiment with these things. For example, throughout 2022 to like 2023, everybody was like house. Now everybody's like tech house. You also have like, for example, hard groove, which is what I'm very big into. And we're seeing that a lot of these people are blowing up recently.
Yeah, for
Specifically
sure.
Miami DJs that have been like just making like just bringing a lot of attention into the scene. Like, for example, Planet Marte, which she recently got on Boiler Room this year. Then you have Cujo, who has been doing plenty of shows and also runs Lava City. And then you have like some of the OGs like Sol Discos, which she also has been like being invited to these things, which is why I appreciate places like 3 Points where they're actually bringing in local talent the majority of the time to fill in those gaps rather
Hmm.
than filling it in with like more well-known people,
Yeah,
because they actually appreciate the scene and they understand that the only way we're going to keep this music scene alive in Miami is to have locals showing up and
of
actually,
course.
showcasing their talents.
It was so surprising to see like big headliners and then also like some local bands that I recognize. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean Two Hollis is there and then there's like a local band that I just went to a show the week
Farm Boys
before?
305 performed there too, which
I'm
they're
not familiar, but
they're pretty good.
that's
I
such a funny name.
suggest them. Yeah.
Farm Boys 305.
No, I think that's her Instagram handle. But I've listened to their music a couple times. I really enjoy it. Like they've been performing there. There was also some bands that I would have never expected to do like main stage over there, like L'Imperatrice. They're like a French new wave.
I think I've heard of them.
They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing.
It's just crazy. Like, they had so many different genres there, too. Like,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
It's like it was.
You're making me jealous. I wish I was there.
You should have come. You should have come. Next year, you gotta come with me.
Next
Trust me on
year.
that. Trust me.
Trust
on
me,
that.
next year.
Yes.
It's more like it was expensive, but not that expensive
If
for
you
what
get
it
the
was
Profit
worth.
Pass, which is going to be coming out
Is that like the
Thursday,
cent?
that's tomorrow. It's going to be like $200. You can. I swear to God, this is not an ad placement. I don't work for Insomniac. I don't work for David Sinopoli and them. But you can get your pass by putting 1 cent down, guys. 1 cent down and doing a like monthly plan of like $40 or so. It's a great way to go and experience local talent and also international talent.
Yeah, I feel like it's just hard planning something that far in advance because I'm like, I don't know
Oh,
what I'm
absolutely.
doing next year at this time.
Well, funnily enough, I was telling a friend of mine, like, his name's like Chris Valdi. We were talking about it on Instagram, and I say like, everybody always says that like they don't know what they're gonna be doing next year, but the funny thing is that everybody always ends up at 3 Points no matter what. So,
Yeah.
because it's just such a good event, everywhere you go, and it's an all ages event. Everybody,
Really?
yeah. I literally had no idea until this year because like these two guys that were going to Despacio, the stage that I was telling you about, where it was like all hi-fi equipment. They were behind us, and I was like, "Oh, how old are you guys? Like 18?" And they're like, "No, we're 15." And I was like, "It's all ages?" I had no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I felt jealous. I was like, "I could have been coming here since like high school. Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean?" So yeah, no, I absolutely like recommend it completely.
And speaking of the stages, how many different stages did they have?
13 this year.
That's so crazy to me.
Which-
But I've never been to like a big music festival like that. And I feel like that's the only one that we really have besides like Ultra.
Well, honest to God, I think that the way people should like get involved into the scene is obviously like go in slowly, which is why I love taking people to Dante's Hi-Fi, is because it's not as like heavy hitting or like extreme. And then you like transfer over into like proper clubs like Jolene and Floyd. And then after that, you go into Factory Town, and then you start going to 3 Points and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But I feel like 3 Points is the only one that's really having different genres there. Like
Yes.
we have like Rolling Loud, but that's mostly
Rap.
almost entirely rap.
Yeah.
And then there's Ultra, which is also mostly like EDM. But I feel like there's also been a resurgence. Like I feel like every club you go to is also playing house music.
Well, that's the cool
So-
thing about places like Jolene and Floyd, is that they have like different artists and genres coming in, and even though it's mostly electronic or house, you still have people like Carl Craig showing up and doing like, for example, more classic sets of
Mhm.
that scene, because we still experience a lot of like the modern house stuff,
Yeah.
but having those older artists come in and actually show what they were doing to the younger generations, like Carl Craig, he did a show in Jolene, and in the middle of the set, he starts playing with like a tambourine, and it was
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And I brought my friend Felipe here to Miami, and he enjoyed it a ton. Like, he loved Jolene. And this
I
is
need
like,
to go.
yeah, I'll take you with me. Like, It's such a good club. It's my favorite club in all of Miami. I don't think that there's any place that legitimately encapsulates like the true like vibe of this current modern scene, like Jolene's Sound Room. And cool little fact about them, from what I've heard, the one in New York was basically where what's her name? The one who did the song Jolene? I don't know.
Oh, why am I blanking now?
Not Pamela Anderson. No. Dolly Parton.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, Dolly Parton. She did the song Jolene in that studio, and they turned it into a club. And it is rumored that the club here in Miami was Pablo Escobar's old wine cellar.
What? So what a crazy collab.
Because the cool thing is that Jolene, you open the door and you have to go underground.
Is it a speakeasy though, or like?
It's a club.
Or like
yeah.
Whatever. But you don't need like a password or something. Like you just pay.
Well, no, you gotta buy your ticket and you have to be 21 plus.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, I feel like when people associate things with like being underground or something, they associate it with like speakeasies where you like need a password to get in and then you pay.
The speakeasies, bro. I still haven't done any speakeasies here in Miami.
I feel like there used to be a lot more, but they're kind of dying off.
I think the thing is that places like Dante's Hi-Fi have just such good cocktail menus already, and you get to like just experience this music live. Jolene has one of the best cocktail like menus I've seen, but Dante's is like to die for. Like it's just such a good place to go to, purely for the fact that like it's everything that you would want to bring in to a beginner, because it's just such a friendly environment, and it's just such a friendly and just inviting environment. It's not like all this harsh lighting. It's pretty, the lighting's kept mainly the same. It's pretty dark in there, but you can still see, you can maneuver yourself around.
Yeah.
Overall, I love it. Like,
so kind of mixing your interest of, we'll talk about photography later.
Yeah.
But since you're so into like the local art scene with like photography and music, let's talk a little bit about Wynwood and what's happening there. Like, what do you think about kind of they're losing their like uniqueness and it's becoming very like oversaturated, and like
I think that
a lot of places are closing that were like really known as being like the last real artistic open spaces that Wynwood had.
I think that with Gramps closing, it's kind of showing the beginning of the out of like, what Wynwood really was. We've seen, for example, do you remember when like Wynwood Walls was not privatized?
Yeah, it's crazy now that you have to pay to get in.
Yeah. And they literally got bought out. And I think the main issue is just the fact that it became this really cool hip place to go to where like everybody liked to go and look at the art and see people actively graffitiing and stuff. And then now it's become this place where it's kind of just overall gotten completely gentrified, and not in like the good way where it's like, oh, you know what, we're just improving the streets, we're improving the quality of life.
They're kicking the people out of the area. They're overcharging the
I don't even know what they're gonna do to replace Gramps, because imagine a place like Gramps, which is just ingrained in the scene. It's a music scene.
I know.
And do you know why they're closing down specifically? Like, it's that he chose.
I think the owner is like, Wynwood is dying. It's just the vibe is changing. We don't really see a fit here anymore. Yeah. Which is completely valid. Like, good for him because he did it on his own terms.
And I also spoke to some people, and they said that another reason why is because they were constantly getting noise complaints. Think about that. Wynwood getting noise complaints. Have you ever thought about that? That's kind of insane to say.
How can you get noise complaints when, like, your whole thing is embedded in a little area where people can actually go experience, like, live music, venues, food, like, drinks. Like, that's the whole reason why that area was made, like, built up in that way, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'll always go back for Joe's Pizza, though, because that's just
Which is crazy. Like, I feel like there used to be a lot of, like, cool local little No, it's okay. Stores.
Stores, yeah.
Well, also shows, obviously, at Gramps and other places. But now you just see, like, I think there's, like, they're opening, like, one of those chicken places, like the...
Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yeah, they're opening, like, a Dave's Hot Chicken.
Then you also have,
and then, like, a smoke shop.
I used to love Dolls Kill because I used to do, like, some pretty cool stuff, but...
Now they're completely, like, fast fashion.
They're like the Zara. They're like the Zara of, like, the emo scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like...
Emo goth scene. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, like... It's crazy. It's just crazy to see how... Just in our lifetime...
Do you know how insane it is to walk into Wynwood, go into a store, and the first thing you see is a Labubu?
No, it's crazy. Or, like, one of those, like, fake Louis Vuitton things. Or, like, you know those... I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Those little keychains that like everyone, it's like a Hello Kitty, but it's like fake Hello Kitty.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're like made out of like rubber or something. I see those everywhere.
Yeah, I think places like Dante's that opened up fairly recently, like they were a new addition into Wynwood, did a good job about it because they didn't, try to make their building look nice or anything like that. They focused on the interior of the vibe of the area. And then after that, that's when they were like, okay, you know what? We're going to start throwing shows outside, but we're not going to do anything super insane to make the outdoors look crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people are drawn to Dante's, is because inherently it captured the scene in such a way where it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like they were basically saying to you, look at us, come here and spend money, come here and spend money. And Dante's is literally, I think it's on Fridays and Saturdays after 10 p.m. you have to pay $10. But that's completely more reasonable to like other places where they'll charge you $30. Pay, like,
yeah. I remember the other day, like I went to, I love Coconut Grove. Yes. But like I went to a place and they wanted to charge everyone like $50 to get in just because no one was there and it was like earlier on in the day or something. That's crazy to me.
No, that's insane. Like the cool thing about Coconut Grove is that I actually think they revamped it in the right way. But I think
they also maintain the like same look and vibe that they had.
Exactly. Before. Exactly. Meanwhile, in Wimbledon.
Oh, don't lie. I can't lie. They are gentrified as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you remember the old mall? How it looked?
I actually don't remember it that well. I mean, like, do you remember when they had the Books and Books, but it was like downstairs?
Yes.
It was like under like the little like sewer or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so cool. And like I was thinking about it the other day, like how much it's changed.
Yeah.
It's just so scary to see even like in our lifetime things changing that rapidly. Like
like what really spelled out to me that like Miami is like changing really badly.
The bridge.
No. Funnily enough, and you're gonna laugh at this.
Oh God.
Pay by parking is literally everywhere.
No.
You have to have the phone app now because everywhere you go, you need to pay for parking.
I was talking about this in before I graduated, one of my classes in like our media class, we talk about a lot of things like that and like, like technology, phones, stuff in the media. And one of my points I made on like a discussion post about phones is that you literally cannot not have a phone. You cannot not have any form of media because you can't even go outside and park somewhere. You need a phone and you need to pay for it there. Like,
congrats, your car got towed because your phone battery died. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. Like, and that just kind of completely brings in a new set of people.
Well, I think that's why you have like a lot of people like me where like I've just devolved to like going into like film cameras completely. Because it's like I miss not having to like, I miss when like I didn't have to look into a screen every single like 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes life easier, but it's so
because everything is so fast.
It's like
with this, I have to spend like 4 minutes framing my shot.
I know.
Like actually spending time.
It's such a crazy like. It's just so crazy to me.
I mean, think about how many people our age are like not caring about the new cars that are coming out, but they're like, dude, I want the 1981 992 from Porsche, or like just like all these like older cars. You have like the E36 is like recently like making a massive resurgence and stuff. And it's just like older media. You have people like me where, for example, you already know this, like I listen to mainly vinyl at my house the majority of the time because it's just like, again, I don't
bring physical media back.
Like, yeah, bro, Fruit Fly, thank you. Teabag Records, thank you. They're like some of the places that are actually maintaining like this like scene where it's just they're so accepting to the younger generation, and they're like, hey, you know what? We want to show you what we got to appreciate. Like specifically with Teabag Records, it's just like they're this shop. It's owned by Tamer and Ostera. They were the owners of Black Market in New York, where they would throw these parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they also own their own record label. And with their shop specifically, it's kind of framed in the way where it's kind of like the New York style type of store where you have to go onto a door. You have to go up to the door in specifically downtown Miami. You ring the doorbell. And their store is I think I told you about this. Their store is actually located in the old 3 Points offices. But wow. It's just, it's like they have the record players there so you can listen to the music. They have other DJs collections so that you could buy like the records from them. And then at Fruit Fly specifically, it's not just electronic music, but it's also like, for example, rock, classical, stuff like that. And with just all of these people, you've started realizing that for some reason, the more modern scene is very aggressive to like newcomers, rather than the older
Yeah.
scenes. You know what I mean? Like, for example, these people have like always taken me in and shown me how to do stuff. And when I go into like more of like these more like pop centered stores where it's like more modern and stuff, it's just like people don't even give you the time of day to explain what you're doing. At like Teabag Records, they were the ones who like showed me how to like actually use vinyl and how to like actually listen to it.
Hmm.
And then at Fruit Fly, like they just like have like these massive collections. They take such good care of them. They're more focused onto like, for example, selling used records. For example, the other weekend they bought a collection of 40,000 records and they were selling it for like $1 each.
Wow.
Yeah, like they're just super cool places, and I think that's like why we see so many people our age specifically going into like these scenes where like it didn't exist when we were like alive. It was before that. For example, film photography died out within like the beginning of the 2000s when we were born, and then with specifically like the vinyl era, like we
Hmm.
already were entering like the CD, like people were mixing with CDs and stuff in 2008 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's why you see a lot of these places like blowing up, is because people are
People
tired of
people
going
yearn for
fast.
the physical media.
Yeah,
And I'm so glad it's brought like coming back, because I've always enjoyed physical media. Like
yeah.
I've never not enjoyed it. Like it's so funny. I think I mentioned this in another show, but I went to a record store with my dad and it was completely full. It was record and CDs. It was completely full. He's like, "Wow, I can't believe there's so many young people in here." I'm like, "Dad, you don't understand. We
This is
yearn for the physical
massive.
media." Like,
I think one another funny thing is like, for example, the Coral Gables Library. I don't know if you've seen it. A lot of people love making videos about it. And instead of being like, "Oh, look at this beautiful library where I can get a book," it's like, "Look at this beautiful library where you can do a
Peak City,
photo shoot."
Miami.
Bro, that guy showed me some cool stuff.
I can't lie. I can't hate on him. He has a point. I follow him.
Rio Miami unique finds.
It's just
Bro,
it's
I
just
love his
iconic. It's so
voice.
funny.
I love
like,
his voice so much.
but yeah, it's coming back to your physical media and your
Yeah.
cameras. What are these guys on the table?
This is the Mamiya RZ67.
6.7?
6.7. Professional too. It was very well known for being used by Vogue during the 90s specifically. And this is the Minolta SRT 202. It was a camera from the 60s. I'm giving it over to you.
I was about to say,
because
guess what? This is their new owner. Woo!
this camera has had 4 owners. Meanwhile, this one has had 2. It was very well taken care of, you can tell.
Yeah.
It's
No, for sure.
It's an amazing camera, completely. But this one is so good. I think you could tell that it's been banged up a little bit.
Hey, that
Works
makes it better.
perfectly. No, dude, that's what I think. That's another thing, is that with like digital media, you've noticed this. If you drop your camera, like your digital camera, you're like, "Oh my god, it's broken. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go take this and spend $400." With film cameras, it's like, "Oh, it's all mechanical. I don't gotta worry about like a circuit getting loose or anything."
It's
like
also like this never gets old.
that. No.
Like I don't know. You've definitely seen my little Canon that I take, my little
Yes.
digital camera that I
Your
take.
power
places.
shot, right?
Yeah, my Canon
Yeah.
Power Shot. I got that for Christmas when I was in like 4th grade.
Oh,
And
that's beautiful. I can't lie. Like, I love hearing that.
no, I've never.
You weren't one of the people on eBay that was like, when it blew up on TikTok, you were like, "I need to get this for aesthetic photos."
No,
You're an OG.
It
when
was in my
comes to
drawer, but it's just crazy because
Y2K.
oh my god,
Y2K.
Y2K realness. It's just crazy because although it's not even that old, it kind of works not that well because it's older and like it just wasn't used as much.
Yeah.
But I feel like this, no matter how old it is, if you put the right things in it and you develop it right, it's gonna work.
And the cool thing is that the parts still exist. You don't
Yeah.
gotta worry about doing a software update to your camera because it's not auto.
I don't even know if I could fix my camera. Like,
No, I don't think so. Power shots are like done for.
yeah. Even just try. Okay, so I did have the camera, but I didn't have the original charger for it.
Yeah.
So just looking for the charger was hard. Like I was on like, unfortunately, I had to go on like Amazon and be like, okay, super specific camera charger, please help me. Like,
Yeah, no, when I was dealing with like the older like digital cameras, I still remember going on like forums and stuff. It would be like some guy, it would be me in like 2021 having to look at like some guy having the same issue in like 2004 on, like,
on
this,
Reddit.
on like this horrible website that has just never been updated since then.
Oh my god.
And it's just like all walls of text, no overlays or anything like that. It's just like
Jeez.
Jeffrey from Arkansas says, "Hey, where do I get the PowerShot P2 cord?" And it's just like, "Hey man, go to your local camera shop."
Hey. But okay, so I know we're actually almost out of time, if you
Really?
can believe it. But just tell me a little bit more about your photography and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
So I like shooting mainly.
how did you get into it?
I think what happened was that when I was doing digital photography for a long amount of time, after 7 years, I just realized that I didn't like how fast I was going with everything and that there wasn't really any creativity left. And I wasn't putting any thought into anything just because, again, I could snap and take a photo and be done for, and I can do hundreds of those at a time. And then it kind of died off and I got into videography, which I started doing the videography in specifically like small house parties and stuff, which one of the first people that I ever shot for was like this event called Ass House, where they were doing like these like very underground parties. I'm sorry for
Very underground.
yeah. No, it was like that's where I met a lot of like the people. Like I met Planet Marte over there for the first time. I met Soldiscos over there, which she was so nice. She's so nice. And at those parties, it was just like these people were very accepting, and so I was like, oh, I can actually get creative again. And then with my videography, I met a lot of these just DJs that were very accepting and stuff, and they were telling me, hey, you need to like step out of your comfort zone and actually experience and do the things that you want to do. And eventually with the videography stuff, I was like, you know what, I'd like to get back into photography, but I realized like I don't want to do digital. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go check out film. And I started off with this 35 millimeter, switched over to
So this is your first?
that was my
Oh,
first
wow.
ever camera. Yeah.
I feel so special.
Isn't it kind of crazy that I only started like 10 months ago?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's just
That's
like
crazy.
and
You've been doing photography
photography.
for a couple years.
Oh yeah. I had been doing it since like ninth grade.
Just for fun, or like?
It was funnily enough because I wanted to go on a mission trip.
Okay.
And I was like, at the time I was like, you know what? I would like to document this. So I bought my Canon T3i Rebel, brought it with like a gimbal and recorded it for our whole trip. And it was really fun. And then when I started going to stuff with my friends, I would always have my camera with me.
Yeah.
And everybody just knew me as like the guy with
The camera guy.
So it would literally be like people hitting me up constantly being like, hey Patrick, do you have the photos? And I'm like, yeah, I'll send you over the photos right now. And eventually I started just doing like photography of cars because that's like very prominent. And
Yeah.
I started getting more comfortable hitting up friends like mine, like Nico Restrepo, to do like more of these stylized shoots where we were doing stuff in like behind warehouses in Wynwood, specifically in the ungentrified areas. I was also doing a lot of photography by the abandoned marina stadium,
Yeah.
which
Beautiful. Yeah.
it's beautiful, but they're gonna tear it down and make a like modern thing over there, which
Yeah.
again, it's just like this. It's the millennial gray and millennial like
I
modern
know.
white house stuff. Where like I think that's how you notice that like, you know what? Yeah. No. Pay by parking. No. That's not the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end was all the square modern houses, bro, that were
Don't even
going
get
for
me
like
started.
$2 million.
Or like the kitchens that all look the same in every house.
Yeah, no, that was
Like the white marble kitchen. You know exactly what I'm talking
the
about.
same tile on the wall, bro.
It's crazy.
Oh
Like,
my god, it's like prominent. It's just everywhere. You can't escape it.
yeah. Maybe
It's-
that's just a Miami thing, but.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it literally is. A lot of
But
like,
we were talking about the beginning of the end of Miami. So.
yeah.
For Miami.
Well, I
the
think-
change in Miami.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of hope right now because we've seen so many people starting to embrace these things and realize what we're losing. People are now deciding to actually start supporting small businesses.
Wow,
and-
finally.
Yeah, like for example, like I said, Teabag Records is a phenomenal store. I recommend everybody to go to it. So as well, like Fruit Fly. Fruit Fly is amazing.
I definitely have to check them out.
There's a lot of like local places that I absolutely love telling people to go to. Mad Radio, Jolene, Floyd, Dante's Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
You also have, like I said, Fruit Fly and Teabag Records. Just all of these like small places, which by the way, those clubs that I mentioned earlier, Jolene and Floyd, are owned by Miami Link Rebels. So it's not small businesses,
Yeah.
but support your clubs that
The local
actually
business.
support your clubs that show people that are local into the scene or smaller international artists, because
Yeah.
you're going to end up just having to go to the club every single night and see the same artist over and over and over again because they're popular. You have to support these people who are coming into the scene and don't have large fan bases. And who knows? You'll find out about somebody that in like 10 years time, they're going to be like one of the larger artists.
Yeah.
A lot of people did not know who Chris Stussy was 10 years ago or Kedema. Kedema started in 18.
Wow.
And I've been following him since like 2019. And now look at him. He's literally one of the most well-known artists in current day other than John Summit. And I would argue possibly even more popular than John Summit in like the next 2 months.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to have his back-to-back with Tiesto at Factory Town for Art
Really?
Basel. Yeah. Which that's a combination I would have never expected.
Yeah.
Tiesto and Kedema.
Kind of older generation, newer generation.
Yeah.
Like, well, Tiesto's still big, but like a lot bigger, like a couple years. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Years, like 10 years ago.
He was like doing like the songs with
Like the 2012,
yeah.
like, yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, we low-key are out of time, which is so sad, but thank you so much, Patrick. Like, how could people find your photography, videography, and stuff if they want to?
I have at Patrick Velasquez Patrick Velas on Instagram. That's PatrickVelaz. And then I have Paternity Captures, which I don't post a lot on there.
You should.
I should. I really should. NDA agreements go crazy.
Like if someone wanted to do something with you, they could just like DM you.
Yeah, just hit me up. I'm always down to shoot. I'm always down to record anything. Also, support your local artists.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you can, go check out Cujo.wav, which that's his Instagram handle, and also Planet Marte. Support your local artists. You know what I mean?
Thank you. That's really nice. I feel like that's a big thing I want to like bring on my show, like supporting local stuff, getting physical media. Like I think in all my shows, they're not related, but a lot of them have a certain like bigger picture, I guess, behind it.
Yeah.
Just go into your interests and actually like support the people that are involved in it.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to be getting so many local DJs on soon. You're going to be having so many people. Because
I'm not going to even know what they're talking about, but I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the BPM and then the tempo ratio. What am I thinking about?
Wow, so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, thank you again, Patrick.
No, anytime. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, everyone, for watching, and support Patrick and local artists. Bye.